In the headlines, death toll from Lagos tanker explosion rises to 5. 9 students captured by bandits in Kebbi State rescued. China begins cross-border train service. Hello, and thanks for tuning in. I am Husseina Usman with the news updates. Death toll from Lagos tanker explosion has risen to 5 after 3 people were confirmed dead and 13 others injured. The explosion occurred in Ikeja, and emergency workers say 22 vehicles have been damaged. Lagos State government said it will investigate the cause of the incidents. Daily Trust correspondents in Lagos, Abdulateef Aliyu and Eugene Aga, have given an update on the situation.
The explosion happened yesterday night around 10:30 to 30 at Mibolaji Bank Way, that's Maryland. And yes, there was a distress call that was sent to emergency responders around that time. And luckily, we also responded on time. But by the time they got there, the tanker has already exploded. Yeah, already exploded, but quickly they went into action and they were able to at least contain the fire from spreading to other nearby properties. Especially there was a filling station, there was a mobile filling station that was around that place. So they were able to contain the fire from spreading to that filling station. But basically, the place that was affected was the OP Plaza. The plaza belongs to the Property Investment Corporation, which has a supermarket inside it. It is called OC Supermarket. So basically, the supermarket was affected, and also it also affected some I think the car park of the Sheraton itself, because Sheraton itself is also next to OP Plaza. So at the end of the day, they were able to control the fire from spreading, like I said, and around 4 a.m. this morning, they were able to put out the fire. But by the time they were doing the estimate of some of the damages, the casualties that were recorded, it was discovered that some people were actually caught up in the fire. And at that moment, this early morning, 3 dead bodies were actually moved out from that station. They were confirmed dead, and others were rushed to the hospital. So I think some, like 2 hours after, 2 of the victims that were rushed to the hospital were also confirmed dead. 3 early in the morning, and 2 out of the 13 victims that were rushed to the hospital, making 5 fatalities so far. From the eyewitness account, tanker actually lost a brake. When it was coming, from what we heard, the gas was actually leaking. So by the time it lost control of the steering, I think it swapped off to that OP Plaza. Because OP is just, it's not that it's along the road. It's just in front of that Buhari Park Anthony Road. So it lost control and it cleared off inside that OP Plaza. That was what really happened. The tanker actually lost control. And so far, also, apart from the casualties, the number of people that were confirmed, we also had some trucks, like 22 vehicles were planted to have been found beyond repair inside Ghana. When the incident happened, the Commissioner for Special Duties was on ground. The Lagos State Territorial Coordinator of the NEMA, that's the National Emergency Management Agency, was also on ground. Also, the State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, is a combined team of emergency responders that were on ground. Also, the Lagos State Fire Service, the Lagos State Police Command, the Commissioner of Police himself was on ground just to make sure that some hoodlums did not take advantage of the situation by looting and robbing people around there. So he was also on ground to ensure that things were actually going on normally. So the commissioner, according to the report, he said they were going to actually investigate it. They just don't want to jump into conclusion. But from the eyewitness account, from the information we gather around, they said the tanker actually lost control. But we will not conclude until the investigation is concluded. When by the time it will be concluded, we might not really know. per se. We'll wait for the outcome of the investigation from the state government. The investigation is still ongoing. Top said that the driver actually lost control, while other actually said that the truck that was actually conveying the gas, there was a leakage, as a result of which the explosion occurred. But like you said, investigation will actually reveal the actual cause of the explosion. There is this strong speculation that the truck used in conveying the gas was actually had leakage, as a result of which the explosion occurred. That is the angle those involved in the rescue operation they are actually pursuing.
9 students among the abductees from Government Girls College, Yori, have been rescued from the bandits that kidnapped them on Thursday. A student, however, died during exchange of fire between troops and the bandits. A parent of one of the students has said the bandits gave prior information of the impending attack. Though a detachment of police was deployed, the bandits overpowered them and seized a vehicle belonging to a High Court judge to convey the students to the forest. Major General F.O. Mogui, representing the Theater Commander Operation Hatlinkai in the Northeast, Major General C.G. Musa, said visit to troops in Maiduguri by President Muhammadu Buhari is a morale booster to his men. Buhari has given matching orders to the military not to give breathing space to Boko Haram and other terrorist elements.
The president and called them to intensify their efforts in our ongoing counter-insurgency operations. Your Excellency, I wish to humbly seize this opportunity of your visit to express our profound appreciation for the enormous, unwavering support to the operation both materially and morally.
Maiduguri has been the epicenter of Boko Haram war until recently, when the military pushed the insurgent groups to the fringes of Lake Chad and Sambisa Forest. EFCC Chairman Abdulrasheed Bauer says real estates in Abuja, Lagos and Port Harcourt are used to launder money. Bauer told reporters that the commission is investigating withdrawal of 5 billion naira from the treasury of a state in the country. The conviction of former managing director of defunct bank PHB, Francis Atuche, by a federal high court in Lagos over stealing of 27.5 billion naira bailout monies given to banks has generated debate about the ongoing anti-corruption fight. Public perception about the anti-corruption fight is limited to corruption in the public service or by public officials. Executive Director, Center for Human Rights and Civic Education, Zikrilla Ibrahim, speaks on the development. The conviction has brought to the fore the need to extend the anti-corruption fight to the private sector as well. What's the impression of civil rights activists like you on this?
Well, to start with, I must say that it's kudos to the anti-corruption EFCC, and at the same time, it also shows that some cannot just tamper with funds that did not belong to them and get away with it. So it will serve as a deterrent to others. So I think on the whole, it's a plus to anti-corruption fight, because over time we have seen a number of executives of banks and private sectors, they swear their hand with funds that with public funds, and then they get away with it.
Okay, sir, above all, would you actually say the judgment was fair, was a good one, and due process was followed?
Well, I think due process has been followed, because this matter has been on for a very long time. And don't forget that the person in question I think she has the wherewithal and the resources to acquire the best lawyer, which she did. And so there's no way we could say that the judgment was not fair. So of course, he still have options by going to appellate court, to which I know very well we do, to question the judgment. So I am sure that we have not seen the file of the case.
Okay, now let's talk about EFCC going after estates, saying that they're a major conduit for money laundering. What's your take on this?
I think I quite agree with them. Everywhere you go in country now, the cost of land is so high, and the reason is because that is the new avenue for politicians, especially, to launder money. So they come, buy up a farmland, a community, and then begin to distribute. Because this is how you can easily launder money using a pseudonym. Even a child yet unborn, you can just cook up his name and acquire vast land of vast land, and then nobody can ever trace it. So before you know, they cut it into pieces and distribute to a large member society at exorbitant price. So I think it's good that FCC has actually identified that area as one avenue of laundering public funds. So I quite agree, and I'm happy with the development. The only other thing is that I hope that the FCC will do their job very well, not will be selective.
All right, we appreciate you for your time, Zikrullah Ibrahim. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
You're still watching Trust TV News Updates. Coming up after the break, 5 new permanent secretaries named. We'll be right back. Get latest updates on current topical issues and breaking news by downloading the Trust TV mobile app on your Android devices. Go online, click Google Play Store, search Trust TV, install the app, and get doses of unfiltered information on happenings all over the world in your pocket. Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story. Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Still in the news, a federal high court in Lagos has discharged Senator Peter Nwaoboshi of 322 million naira money laundering charges leveled against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Justice Chukwuejuku Eneke ruled that the commission failed to prove elements of offense against the lawmaker. A PDP senator representing Delta North is accused of acquiring a property in Lagos with proceeds from the unlawful act. In the meantime, Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai has relieved 99 political appointees of their appointment. The governor said the state has started its right-sizing policy, but is yet to disengage any civil servants. Labour union began strike in Kaduna on May 17 over El Rufai's plan to relieve 4,000 workers from the state civil service. 5 new permanent secretaries have been appointed by President Muhammadu Buhari. Head of Civil Service of the Federation, Dr. Folasha Adeyemi, in a statement, gives the names of the new appointees and their states of origin as follows. Adebi Olusesan, Olufunsho Ekiti, Onwudiwe Marian Ngozi, Enugu, Yusuf Ibrahim Idris, Katsina, Ogunbiyi Marcos, Olani, Lagos, and Ibrahim Abubakar Kana, Nasarawa. A date will be fixed for the swearing-in of the new permanent secretaries. Daily Trust correspondent Abbas Jimo gives perspectives on the appointment.
Each of the states of the Federation are to be represented by 1 permanent secretary. The 5 newly appointed permanent secretaries were to fill the vacancy created by the retirement of 5 permanent secretaries from 5 states of the Federation. Initial 46 were screened after 57 were shortlisted. After the screening, 46 sat for various exams, 21 emerged after the first phase, then 11 emerged after the ICT proficiency examination. Then the 11 now faced the experts and professionals. It was from these 11 that the 5 that were appointed by President Muhammadu Buhari emerged. And the names are Adebi Olusesan Olufunsho from Ekiti State. We also have Onwudiwe Mariam Ngozi from Enugu State. We have Yusuf Ibrahim Idris representing Katsina as a permanent secretary in the Federal Civil Service. We also have Ogunbiyi Marcos Olani from Lagos State. And finally, we have Ibrahim Abubakar Kana from Nasarawa State. The remaining 6 from the 11, with the others that were from the initial 46 that were screened, will revert back to their position as directors in the Federal Civil Service. They can only retire on the principle of service when they reach 60 years of age, or they've worked unbrokenly for 35 years, whichever comes first. If they have served for 35 years, they have to retire, even if they are not up to 60 years of age. And by the time they reach 60 years, no matter the number of years they put in service, even if it is 10 years or 15 or thereabout, they have to retire. That is the case with those who are not appointed as Federal Permanent Secretary in the Federal Civil Service.
And on the foreign scene, China has commenced a new cross-border freight train service to Central Asia, connecting Zhuzhou in the city of Henan with Tashkent, capital of Uzbekistan. The train, fully loaded with 50 containers of goods worth $5.2 million, is passing through Kazakhstan before it reaches its destination. And in sports, Nigeria finished 8th at Africa Women Handball Championship after losing to Guinea in a classification match on Thursday. The national women handball team played 7 matches, losing 6 and winning 1. The team qualified for the quarterfinals of the Women's Handball Nations Cup for the first time since the 1992 edition in Morocco, whilst also playing in the championship for the first time in 27 years since they last participated in 1994. Enjoy this kicker of a kestrel captured by a drone flying mid-air but looks like it is not flying. That's it on the news updates. Don't forget to follow us on our socials at Trust TV News. I am Husseina Usman. Thank you for watching.